Group Show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Happy Saturday to you, Michele.
Happy Saturday to you, Curtis.
And how are we doing this fine weekend? Is it too early for a Christmas coffee?
And I would say never too early or late for a Christmas coffee.
There's always time.
Always. That's the recipe.
Yeah, maybe we should post that recipe one day, but I know it's pretty simple.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll put some fancy lingo in there.
Simple enough, anybody can make it.
It's true.
Well, here we are. It's another Saturday, and I know it's your favorite. I know you love doing this every week, but it's your favorite show of the month because a little later on, we're going to be talking about stats.
Yes, sir. Our second segment, we have the latest, most recent stats. Just came out a few days ago, and it is all about May and all about what the market has done in this last month in the Fraser Valley. So we're bringing it to our listeners here right now this morning, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm very excited, and I got my coffee, and I'm on my second cup, and I'm excited about it.
I can tell you're on your second cup. You have that vibe going.
Totally. And I have to say a very happy 20th birthday to my nephew, Jackson, yesterday. Oh, my gosh. On Thursday, he turned 20. I can't believe how fast time goes by. Do you remember being 20, Curtis?
Vaguely. See, the problem is parts of me still think I am 20. And when I'm playing sports and stuff, my mind goes, I can still do this. And then the body goes, no, you can't.
You keep on thinking that. Keep on thinking it. So I hear that you are, we were just talking earlier before we started the show about, some plans this weekend, and you had mentioned a restaurant that you're going to, and I wanted to ask you if you tried this new place that I'm going to try in a couple weeks. I'm going to plan on going there specifically to just really enjoy the experience and the atmosphere. It's called New Wave Distilling. Have you been there?
No, I have not. New Wave Distilling. Whereabouts is that?
It's off Tolmy Road in Abbotsford here.
Okay, I think I know where that is. No, I have not been there yet, but I like the sound of it.
It looks really great. I've been on their website, and the atmosphere and it looks fantastic. So I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, it's kind of good to, get out and get to some restaurants again. Last weekend, it was my dad's birthday, so things were opened up. So we went out, my brother, his wife, me and my wife, and my dad and my stepmom, and we went out for dinner. And it was nice to feel a little bit normal again, even though, the restaurant we went to, we were there was tables were so far apart. It was, it was hilarious.
Oh, happy birthday to your dad. Yeah,
he's old. We'll just leave it at that. I think his social insurance number is 007 or something. I don't know.
The older he gets, the older you get too.
I try not to think about that. Yeah.
So, okay, you and Kelly and the kids have been in your new home for 4 months now. I know time flies. You blink and 4 months has gone by.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the first changes you made, or have you made any changes or improvements, or just, when you put a little yourself in it? What are some of the things that you
we haven't done anything major because the house was, as you know, was fully renovated when we moved in. So we really didn't have to do anything. But there's been a couple things for example, I've never done a heck of a lot of gardening other than cutting the lawn and things like that. But the neighborhood I'm in now, people are bringing their A game, and people have flowers. People have great manicured lawns. People were doing a couple weekends ago going, what are they doing? They were thatching their lawns.
Oh, wow.
People do that? They care that much that they make their lawns? So I'm having to bring up my A game. So I've actually been, weeding the gardens, and stuff like that. Again, not that there was a ton of work there, but again, do it all preemptively so I don't turn around and go, how come I have a yard full of dandelions? I just, things like that. So I've been doing a little bit of gardening. We've done some of that. I'm learning, hot tub maintenance. I'm basically, self-taught thanks to YouTube. And other than that, just kind of, decorating it, making it our own. I say decorating, that's my wife's job because I'm not allowed to decorate.
Well, except for your rocker gnome that you got.
Yes, I got our rocker gnome, that Cassie's affectionately named Steve for some reason. So we got him in there, and we have another one in the backyard now too. It's a pineapple with a drink in her hand. It's a female pineapple.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so, Curtis, your Instagram, the last time you posted on that was your Christmas tree pineapple.
Yeah,
Talking about pineapple.
I know. I've been bad.
Well, take a picture of this pineapple then.
I actually need to do something. Like, I've been getting harassed by a few friends, and my cousin called me the other day going, so, haven't seen your new house. I'm like, well, because you're not going to come out from Burnaby to see me. He goes, no, I'm coming out one day when I can. He goes, but I mean, pictures, please. And I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, because, I'd like to see what your house looks like, maybe some social media pictures. So maybe that's one of the things I'll do this weekend, since I don't have a lot of huge plans.
Oh, good. And I shouldn't push you with too much social media stuff because, you have a hard enough time uploading new photos to your Instagram. But what about TikTok? You can have a whole stream about all the progress and everything going on.
Well, TikTok is an interesting beast because I can get lost down that rabbit hole and watch videos and both get, enraged because everybody sees something funny and then they feel they need to do it when they don't add anything to it. They just do the same thing, which can drive me nuts. But there is some really cool, funny creators on there. And once you start weeding through it all and you find some favorites, and I've got my account, but I haven't started doing videos yet because I have no idea where to even start with all this stuff.
Me too. Same exact thing. I created an account, started following some people, asked, who should I follow? But I haven't not done one thing. I haven't even really perused it as much as I'd like to, but there's actually a TikTok superstar, and it's a Marilyn Monroe impersonator.
Oh, yes, I think I've come across that one, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, because she actually bought a one-time house that Marilyn Monroe owned, and she lives in it. Her and her husband bought it, and it's like all the news. She's only 27 years old.
Oh, wow.
And her name's Jasmine Chiswell, if I'm saying that correctly, but they say, she has an uncanny resemblance to Marilyn Monroe. She's an impersonator, and this house is fantastic that she bought, and I can't believe how much they bought it for, $2.73 million. It was built in 1938. That was the year I believe our mission house was built, but it's a Mediterranean style. So cool. And Monroe owned it with, baseball great Joe DiMaggio in 1952. But she only lived there. They lived in there for less than a year, they say. And then that's it. But she owned it. And now her impersonator owns it. It's like 3,300 square feet. It's really cool. And it overlooks this canyon and everything. But I thought that's interesting. But she is a huge superstar on TikTok.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I know there's a lot on there, and I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually. I mean, Jess and Wiggy do stuff in the morning sometimes and on Jess's account, and some of their stuff is pretty good, but I don't know. Maybe I should just do more videos like when my daughter was trying to teach me how to take better care of my skin and stuff. Maybe people need that.
That'd be awesome. You should.
So what do we got to talk about real estate-wise, Nira? Because we're flying through this first segment, and we haven't even talked about real estate yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, a little bit of real estate with the Marilyn Monroe impersonator's house, but it just reminded me of, my grandfather and my dad who worked with, my grandfather especially. He actually picked up Marilyn Monroe from her house, gave her script for the day, and drove her to MGM Studios so she can, when she was doing her films at MGM. So he was the head of transportation and things like that. So that's a really cool kind of connection I have with Marilyn Monroe. And but yeah, I wanted to talk about, just before we go on break, a little bit about our real estate market here, but not just the Fraser Valley, overall in Canada, because Canada's high unemployment may actually help low mortgage rates stick around. And there is a positive effect of weak employment, unfortunately, but it's true. The real estate market, it usually booms with job growth and a strong, thriving economy. That's how real estate usually works. Employment sparks income. Income drives demand. Demand jolts prices. When unemployment falls, the other components are really expected to weaken, but it's been completely different right now. At one time, you could gauge a market's viability by looking at its employment situation. It was a given. When companies that paid well were moving to an area and going on hiring sprees, you could generally bet on a population boost, strong demand, and faster appreciation of your property. But over the last 12 months, Netherlands, Canada's unemployment rate has averaged a stiff 9.6% of unemployment. That's average. And Canadians have been buying homes at a rate unlike anything seen before, putting pressure on prices. Remember when people would say, is now a good time to buy real estate? I remember that question all the time. I haven't even heard that in I don't know how long, because, that implied that the state of the market and the fundamentals supporting it were important factors in determining when to make a purchase. But that isn't the case any longer. The guiding principles today is now or never. There's several reasons why, but that is how buyers and we are looking at it. So some of the reasons we've talked about before on the show, but low interest rates, of course, it's made home buying more affordable. And that's obvious. Buyers who sold their homes in major cities as well have used their massive windfalls to bid up prices for properties in smaller communities like Fraser Valley and East and beyond, where locals can't compete, unfortunately. And whenever sales momentum starts building, then there's this panic, call it FOMO, fear of missing out, but it sets in, and people feel if they don't stretch themselves to buy now, they'll never be able to afford a house again. So, you'll notice that not one of those points even stems from an economic fundamental that's trending upward. It's completely based and fueled on emotion and the hope that homes, we're over what some people think we're overpaying for now, but we're thinking, no, it's gonna go up. It's almost like a nation of speculators, like it's going to go up no matter what. So that's called speculation purchasing. However, history shows in all future signs of immigration, and it's just the mere fact that there's only one real major booming West Coast area in all the country that everyone wants to live in and move into Canada, and that's Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. So, of course, it's going to go up. The immigration growth, population growth, and there's no place like this area that has jobs and the quality of life. It's the best place to work and to enjoy. So, it's going to be good. The market just keeps on going. But it's interesting how unemployment has not affected the real estate market and economy as it normally does. So we'll see what happens in the future. But there you go.
All right. Well, I think that brings us to a break here. We'll take a short break. But first off, if people want more information from you, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
And we're back with more right after this. With segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, I know you've been just ecstatic to get these stats out. Ecstatic. See what I did there? Let's get to these stats that I know you've been sitting on and want to get out to the masses, Michele.
So just released a few days ago on the 2nd of June, here it is from the Real Estate Board, Fraser Valley. Near record-breaking new listings in the Fraser Valley. It's not enough to match insatiable buyer demand. That is the headline. So our Real Estate Board, the Fraser Valley's extraordinary pandemic real estate market continued to break sales records for the 9th consecutive month, while at the same time reaching near historic levels of new listings in May. So it's all been about supply and demand, this whole market, and the prices going up. So much of it has been there's just not enough listings, as well as the interest rates and as many buyers and everything else. But in May, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board processed a whopping almost 3,000 sales on the MLS. So we have a new president of this year. It's been a couple months, I believe now, Larry Anderson, and he says demand hasn't changed. What's changed is supply. In the last 3 months, buyers have 40% more inventory to look at in the Fraser Valley, and it's allowed them to take back a little control. We're seeing resistance to multiple offers and buyers adjusting their offers or even waiting. because they have more selection. We're a long way from a balanced market, but supply is helping us to head in the right direction, and this is so true. So in May, the board received the second highest volume of new listings ever, approaching May 2018 levels. Across the Fraser Valley in May, the average numbers of days to sell a single-family detached home, and remember, this is across the board, all of the Fraser Valley, a detached home was taking 14 days to sell, and a townhome was taking 12 days. Condos took, on average, 20 days to sell. So benchmark price activity overall in the Fraser Valley, single-family homes are at $1,323,300. That's an increase of 2.3% compared to April 2021, so a month ago, and increased 33.6% compared to May of last year. Townhouses in the Fraser Valley are at $670,000, and that's the benchmark price, and that is an increase of 2.7% compared to last month, and an increase of 20.7% compared to May of last year. Condos benchmark price at $488,500, and that is up just 2% from last month, an increase of 12.6% compared to May of last year. And going in municipality by municipality, Abbotsford is first. Benchmark price of detached homes, $1,143,600, an increase of a big whopping 38. That is 38.2%.
I like 38 better.
I felt like I was a Disney character.
You were turning into something there. Yeah, you know what? Southern California, it has that effect on you. But no, so 38% is what you were getting at.
I miss Disneyland. Yes, 38.2% from last year. That is big. That's high numbers. And an increase of 2.4% from the month before. Now, before we move on, I have to say, all of the amounts that have gone up, it is much lower. Yes, it's gone up pretty much overall still in May, but it's a lot less than every month it's gone up for the last 6 months or so. Okay, moving on. Townhouses in Abbotsford has gone up 23.8% from last year and up 3.9% from April. Condos are at $371,600. They're up 18.3% from last year and 2.5% from the month before. And in Mission for detached benchmark prices, we've got $926,000. Let's get that right, $926,000. That is 37.2% higher than last year, and from the month before, it's up 2.6%. Townhouses are at $557,600. That's up 20.3% from last year and up 4.7% from the month before. And condos at $405,000. That's up 16.2% from last year and up 3.4% from the month before. And then going to White Rock and South Surrey area, detached benchmark prices are at $1,731,600, and that's up 31.1% from last year and up 2.8% from the month before. Townhouses at $805,800, up 24.4% from last year and up 1.7% from the month before. And condos, $565,100, up 16.6% from last year and up 2.1% from the month before. Then Langley. Benchmark detached prices are at $1,379,000. That's up 34.2% from last year and up 2.5% from April. Townhouses are at $680,600. That's up 19.5% from last year and up 2.9% from the month before. And condos are at $459,100, up 14% from last year and up 2.7% from the month before. Now, Delta benchmark detached prices are up 32.9% from last year, and they're at $1,217,800, and that's up 0.8%. So a little less than 1% from April. Townhouses in Delta at $675,700. That's up 24.1% from last year and 3.1% from the month before. And condos at $405,000, up 2.3% from last year is all, and just up 0.2% from the month before. And now the city of Surrey combined benchmark detached prices are at $1,429,300, up 31.5% from last year, and up 2.4% from the month before. Townhouses at 696,600, up 20.4% from the last year and 2.3% from April. And condos at 446,000, up 11.7% from last year and 1.7% from the month before. So if we look at detached prices, out of all the municipalities in the Fraser Valley, guess who's gone up the most? It's Abbotsford for detached homes. And then I believe Mission is second for the highest of all the municipalities as far as year to year. Yeah, Mission is the second. And then Langley's the third. So that's just the top three for equity growth in the Fraser Valley.
Yeah, it's no doubt it's a hot market still, despite, we figured by now things would slow down, but no, it's not. There's still a lot of listings out there. There's a lot of demand, and again, not as much supply as people seem to need.
It is true. And as, second COVID shots come out, of course, we probably will continue to get more and more listings that hit the market, which will make it a little bit better for buyers to have at least more options, but not sure if it's actually going to, who knows what the prices will do. Every day is a new day.
Yes, and every time we think we have it figured out, no, we don't.
Exactly. Okay. So I had a lot of fun last week. I did a Facebook Live because I've been doing Facebook Lives lately. We haven't been able to do open houses. The board doesn't suggest we do open houses as realtors. We're not doing open houses, but I bring to our audiences my Facebook Lives of my new listings. And last week, I brought you the corner penthouse in the sky in North Burnaby. It has northeast and southern views, and it's snow-capped mountains, Mount Baker, rolling hills, and a cityscape. It's just breathtaking, the home and the views. It's got a wraparound deck. You've got views from full floor-to-ceiling wall picture windows throughout the whole 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom luxury penthouse. It's amazing. The building is one of the best. Escala is the name of it, and it's got a spa. I mean, it really does have more amenities than any of the buildings around. This spa is amazing. It's got 2 guest suites, a pool, a gym, theater, so much more. It's 2 blocks away from an amazing park with a baseball diamond and a pool itself and a gym itself, and just tennis courts, so much. Walking distance, too, to the new Brentwood Mall, which is fabulous and actually better shopping than even some Los Angeles areas. Like, this is really great shopping in the Brentwood Mall, and steps from transit. Anyways, it's luxury living. It's beautiful, and that was a lot of fun. But this week, I've got another, as a certified luxury marketing specialist, I am absolutely thrilled to bring these homes to the general public and to the potential buyers who would love these beautiful places. And I've got a new luxury listing that is right here in the Fraser Valley. It's in Aberdeen area of Abbotsford, and I'm going to do a Facebook Live of it this Thursday at 1 p.m., and it's at 27743 Montesquieu Avenue. And it's gorgeous. It's actually a timber-framed home. It's a hobby farm. It's in ALR. It's 5 acres, and the home is breathtaking. It's like a home custom-built, obviously, from, let's say, a beautiful, beautiful custom-built home in High Point area, but it's on its own 5 acres. And the price is $3,295,000. I can't say enough amazing things about this home. As I was walking through, my jaw was open and my breath, and I just was looking at everything. Like, I think I took a few hours doing my evaluation of this property just because I was just looking at everything so intently because it's so creative and so cool. I just love it. I do have a professional drone video and floor plan and everything already on it that you can see on my website or my Facebook. I think I've done some pre-listing posts, but I am going to do it live on Thursday. So it'd be lovely to have people watch if you're interested in that. And I'm going to get out soon here this Saturday and stain my barn and my shed. But before we go, I wanted to give the quote of the week. The quote of the week: no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.
Very true.
Yeah.
And who is that? Just anonymous, or does that come from you?
Well, this morning it's coming from me, but it originally, I'm sure, there's nothing new under the sun, Curtis. I bet you it's somebody else.
Okay, we're just going to go with anonymous.
That's right.
And Michele Cummins. That's what we're going to do. All right. Well, if people want to get more information about the services you provide as a top-notch realtor, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
And make plans to join us again next week when once again we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.